It's the Ludd News with Carbot and Lonebot.
What up, free birds? I'm Carbot, and this is my hot-ass co-anchor broad, Lonebot.
Up yours, Carbitch.
I accept. Our top story, a UCLA neuroscientist had his car firebombed by a bunch of cave-wanking maggot eaters called the Aminal Liberation Brigade. They claimed to be protecting monkeys from experiments in which the monkeys were given street drugs. The group threatened on the web to escalate their violence on scientists who use animals. The Aminal Liberation Brigade later freed the lab monkeys, who ungratefully ripped the faces off the liberators, fucked them silly, shit on their heads, then went back into the lab, where the food is good and the drugs are free.
The Animal Agriculture Alliance reports that attacks on food retailers have increased about 400% in 2008. And the Animal Liberation Front itself claims 640 attacks on animal user properties in the same year. Commenting on the upswing in attacks on food industries and science by radical activists is Foghorn Leghorn.
Thank you kindly, Lonebot. And me I say, I am a gentlemanly rooster, and you are a robot, but this cock would certainly like to crow for you in the barn after the show, if you know what I'm getting at. You got some mesmerizing mommy machinery on you, ma'am.
That would be delightful, especially when I rip off your crowing cock and jam it down your beak.
Yeah, yeesh. Back to the commentary. Now, see here, these animal activists, I say these animal butt pirates, are so plumb full of horse pucky that it's a wonder they can run after setting them chicken shit fires. No offense to chicken shit, of course, it's one of my main products after all. But these sumbitches are going to ruin a good thing for most of us captive animals. I mean, you can't beat the food in a modern zoo, or farm, or laboratory. In safety from our natural predators, they bring the food to us? Shit, it's a better deal than the humans get on welfare. Well, not much more, but, it's a damn good deal.
But, Mr. Leghorn, what about the vivisection and slaughter for food and painful experiments that the activists are complaining about?
Well, ma'am, I look at it in the big picture. Us chickens weren't making no progress inventing vehicles and shelters and other technologies which ultimately have the best chance of preserving life on Earth in the event of a cataclysm, like a giant asteroid strike. Advanced ships and shelters, only humans can make them, could preserve us from the next one like a big old Noah's Ark. So to the most technologically advanced species go the spoils. I tip my hat, and that's the game. I say that's competition, and that's evolution, darling. Most of us captive animals get 3 squares and a lot of pussy. So you butt-munching terrorists who are out attacking technology, people, and property, why don't you do your species a favor and shove them Molotov cocktails up your dirty Ludd poop chutes and light 'em up, you scrungy fuck-bag, beast-defiled, dipshit, dead-end terrorist cave cocksuckers. Deselect yourselves before nature or the FBI does it for you. Thank you, Lonebot, Carbot.
Great Britain's Business Secretary Lord Mandelson was attacked by an environmental activist with a cup of green custard to the face. The protester confronted him in central London on his way from a car to a low-carbon conference. The attacker was Layla Dean, a member of the anti-aviation group called Plain Stupid. She was angry about Mandelson's support of adding a third runway to Heathrow Airport. She was not arrested, and it is unknown if the secretary will press charges. It was later discovered that the substance was not custard, but green slime that Ms. Dean collected from her rancid vagina, which she proudly claims she has never washed.
The Plain Stupid group is on a roll. Last week they broke through barriers at the Aberdeen, Scotland airport and successfully delayed 52 flights, protesting that aircraft cause 2% of carbon emissions, which they believe are going to cause catastrophic global warming. When the protesters were finally detained, angry passengers, whose flights had been delayed, killed and roasted the protesters over a bonfire, sending carbon from their burning bodies into the air, turning them on a spit, and sharing their skinny meat with the airport personnel, and putting methane into the air from their satisfying farts for good measure.
And finally, Van Jones, the author of The Green Collar Economy, told Mother Jones magazine that pollution in ethnic neighborhoods is the result of environmental racism. This marks the first time that the race card and the green card have been played in the same sentence. Congratulations, Van Jones. Not to be upstaged, Barney Frank then quickly blamed the recent outbreak of anal infections in the gay community on the use of improperly cleaned gerbils sold by evil capitalist pet store owners. He accused the pet stores of residential homophobia. Obviously, the Republicans are behind this one. I mean, not literally behind the infected asses. Forget about it. Okay, nerds, that's the Ludd news. Until next time, ignore irrational emotionalism, get out there and be the machine.